Imagine a sky bruised with gathering clouds, promising a gentle rain to quench a thirsty land. Now, imagine that promise shattered, replaced by an impossible spectacle, not water, but a bizarre deluge of living creatures, frogs, fish, or even worms plummeting from the heavens. This isn't a scene from a forgotten myth, nor a fantastical flight of poetic imagination. This is a bewildering reality, documented across the vast tapestry of human history, leaving generations perplexed, terrified, and utterly without explanation. What colossal, unseen forces could possibly pluck creatures from their natural habitats and hurl them miles away, seemingly from the very fabric of the sky itself? Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history, where we seek to reveal the secrets that lie under the dust of centuries. Tonight, we delve into one of humanity's most persistent and unsettling enigmas, the phenomenon known as cursed rains. Unearthing the strangest animal showers and the dark omens they have carried through the ages. From the sun-drenched amphitheaters of ancient Rome to the sprawling plains of modern-day Texas, accounts of animals raining from the heavens have not just baffled but profoundly shaped humanity for millennia. They are stories that never quite made it into the mainstream history books, relegated to the margins, yet they offer a profound glimpse into how different eras grappled with phenomena that defied all rational understanding. Our journey into these sky-born mysteries begins in the classical world, where the very fabric of existence was interwoven with divine will and potent omens. Pliny the Elder, one of history's most meticulous observers and natural philosophers, painstakingly recorded instances of raining frogs and fish. For the ancient Romans, such an event was far from a mere meteorological anomaly. It was a communication, a stark message from the cosmos itself, interpreted by many as divine omens or, more terrifyingly, as direct curses from angered deities. The unexpected descent of living creatures from a clear sky, or even from storm clouds, would have sent shivers down the spines of citizens and emperors alike. How could one interpret a shower of fish in the Forum, or a deluge of frogs in the heart of a bustling city? Were the gods displeased? Was a famine foretold? A war on the horizon? These were not abstract questions. They were visceral, immediate concerns that could influence public policy, religious rituals, and even the morale of legions on campaign. The weight of a divine curse, delivered by the heavens in such an unmistakable manner, could plunge an entire populace into fear, altering the course of their daily lives and their very understanding of their place in the universe. The raining animals were not just a bizarre occurrence, they were a profound disruption of the natural order, demanding interpretation and, often, atonement. As the centuries turned, ushering in the long, shadowy expanse of the Middle Ages, the inexplicable nature of these bizarre events only intensified their grip on the human psyche. In an era where superstition often held as much sway as science, if not more, the sight of animals falling from the sky was fertile ground for profound fear and dread. Such strange showers fueled widespread superstitions, becoming deeply entwined with local folklore and legends. They were not merely odd occurrences, they were almost universally linked to the dark arts of witchcraft, seen as harbingers of impending disaster or even as direct manifestations of demonic influence. Imagine a rural village, steeped in traditional beliefs, suddenly deluged by a shower of small, wriggling snakes or a downpour of tiny, stunned fish. The terror would have been palpable. Whispers would spread like wildfire through thatched-roofed cottages and stone-walled castles. Who had cast the spell? What terrible fate awaited them?
Such events profoundly shaped local lore, giving rise to chilling tales passed down through generations. They even influenced political decisions, as rulers and local lords, themselves not immune to the pervasive anxieties of their time, might interpret these omens as signs to declare war, initiate crusades, or tighten religious strictures, all in a desperate attempt to appease unseen forces or ward off perceived supernatural threats.
The bizarre had become the prophetic, a dark mirror reflecting humanity's deepest fears and most primal attempts to control an uncontrollable world. Even as humanity advanced into more recent times, armed with the burgeoning light of scientific inquiry, the cursed rains refused to vanish. They continued to manifest, confounding observers and challenging the very limits of rational explanation. Across continents, communities have reported sudden showers of aquatic life, reminding us that these strange phenomena are far from confined to the annals of ancient history. Consider the infamous incident of 1876 in Kansas City, Missouri. Eyewitnesses spanning a broad cross-section of society described a scene of surreal horror. Fields were inexplicably blanketed by thousands of snakes. Not just a few, but a multitude, their writhing forms covering vast stretches of land as if spawned from the very clouds themselves. The sheer density of the creatures, their uniform species, and their sudden, inexplicable appearance left an indelible mark on the collective memory of the region, solidifying it as an unsolved enigma. Further across the globe, in the remote, sun-baked towns of Australia, accounts persist of fish falling from the sky. These aren't isolated anecdotes. They are recurring events, often following intense storms, leaving residents with a peculiar bounty of marine life scattered across dusty streets and parched landscapes.
The image of fish, gasping for air on dry land, having just descended from the clouds, is one that defies conventional understanding, bridging the gap between the mundane and the truly miraculous, or perhaps the truly terrifying. And the phenomenon is not limited to aquatic creatures. Documented cases of raining worms and insects persist from the humid bayous of Louisiana across the Atlantic to the green fields of the United Kingdom. Imagine the unsettling sight of an entire pavement wriggling with earthworms, or an entire field buzzing with a concentrated shower of insects, all seemingly dropped from above. These reports, spanning disparate cultures and vast geographical distances, weren't mere isolated incidents or fanciful delusions. They were genuine, bewildering occurrences, leaving witnesses scrambling for explanations that often felt just beyond their grasp, pushing the boundaries of what they thought was possible within the natural world. The human mind, however, abhors a vacuum of understanding. When faced with the inexplicable, we strive to construct narratives, to find order in chaos. This innate drive has led to a fascinating dichotomy in explaining these animal showers: the ancient, often ominous interpretations versus the modern, scientific attempts. For centuries, scientific minds have grappled with the mechanisms behind these cursed rains. The most widely accepted meteorological explanation points to powerful atmospheric phenomena, violent updrafts, highly localized tornadic waterspouts, or extraordinarily strong winds. The theory posits that these intense weather systems, forming over bodies of water, act like gigantic, natural vacuum cleaners. They can lift small animals, particularly light-bodied creatures like small fish, frogs, or insects, directly from the surface of lakes, ponds, or rivers. Once caught in the swirling vortex of a waterspout or the immense power of an updraft, these creatures are carried aloft, sometimes for considerable distances and to significant altitudes, suspended within the clouds themselves. As the atmospheric conditions change or as the wind force dissipates, these animals are then simply released, falling back to Earth as if raining from the sky. This explanation offers a compelling, scientifically plausible mechanism for some cases of animal showers. It provides a framework for understanding how small, lightweight creatures could be transported and deposited far from their natural habitats. The physics of it, the raw power of nature, is undeniable. Yet, this elegant meteorological explanation, while robust for certain incidents, frequently struggles to account for the more perplexing aspects of other historical accounts. It encounters significant challenges when confronted with reports of a sheer density of animals, where hundreds or thousands of creatures of a single species blanket an area, far more than a waterspout might plausibly suck up and transport. How could a localized weather event explain a vast, concentrated fall of life? Furthermore, the species-specific nature of some incidents raises questions.
Why, if animals are indiscriminately sucked up, would an entire shower consist solely of, say, snakes or a particular type of fish without the debris, plant matter, or other aquatic life that would inevitably be present in their original habitat? The precision of such a catch defies simple explanation. Perhaps most baffling are the reports of animals falling in an intact condition. If these creatures have been buffeted by violent winds, subjected to extreme pressure changes, and plummeted from great heights, one would expect them to be battered, dismembered, or at the very least, severely injured. Yet, numerous historical accounts describe animals falling alive, stunned but unharmed, as if gently placed back on Earth. These inconsistencies spark compelling debates within the scientific community, pushing the boundaries of current meteorological models and leaving room for deeper, more complex investigations. This is precisely where the stark contrast with ancient interpretations comes into sharp focus. Where modern science seeks empirical, measurable causes, ancient civilizations offered far more ominous and deeply spiritual interpretations. For them, these phenomena were not just strange weather events, they were potent omens, direct messages from a realm beyond human comprehension. They were not merely warnings of a changing climate, but of impending doom. The fall of animals from the sky could signify the onset of famine, a terrifying prospect that meant widespread starvation and suffering. It could be a prelude to war, a divine pronouncement of bloodshed and conflict that would tear apart nations and families. Or perhaps, most chillingly, it was a dark harbinger of plague, a silent, invisible killer that could sweep through populations, leaving devastation in its wake. These celestial deluges were often seen as manifestations of a vengeful deity, a furious god or goddess expressing their displeasure, their wrath made manifest in the most undeniable and terrifying way. In a world deeply connected to the ebb and flow of nature, and profoundly reliant on its perceived benevolence, such an event would trigger widespread panic, desperate pleas, and sacrificial rites to appease the enraged heavens. The psychological impact of such beliefs cannot be overstated. They shaped worldviews, influenced societal structures, and often led to profound cultural shifts as communities grappled with what they believed to be divine judgment. Beyond the scientific and the strictly spiritual, other intriguing perspectives have emerged, challenging our understanding of these cursed rains. Could some accounts be rooted in the phenomenon of collective hysteria? A powerful psychological process where widespread anxiety or fear leads a group of people to experience similar physical symptoms or interpret ambiguous stimuli in a uniform, often terrifying way. The power of suggestion and shared belief, especially in an era without instant global communication, could certainly amplify and distort eyewitness accounts, leading to a perceived deluge where one might not have truly occurred on such a grand scale. Or could these baffling showers, in some instances, simply be misinterpretations of natural migrations? Consider the sheer numbers of certain species,
like frogs or insects, during their migratory periods. Swarms of locusts can darken skies, and mass movements of amphibians can create carpets of life across the land. A sudden, unexpected encounter with such a vast, moving body of animals could easily be misconstrued, especially if visual obstructions or atmospheric conditions made their true origin unclear. Similarly, localized animal movements, perhaps a sudden panic or a mass exodus from a threatened habitat, could concentrate a species in one area, making it appear as if they had descended from the sky rather than emerged from the surrounding landscape. These alternative explanations, while perhaps less dramatic than a divine curse or a massive waterspout, offer a reminder that human perception is fallible, and the line between the natural and the supernatural can sometimes be blurred by our own limitations and biases. As we journey through these forgotten pages of history, seeking to uncover the truth behind these cursed reigns, we are compelled to confront the profound ways in which different eras have grappled with phenomena that defied all rational explanation. From the awe and terror of ancient civilizations to the methodical scrutiny of modern science, humanity's quest to understand these bizarre animal showers reflects our enduring struggle to comprehend the natural world and our place within its mysterious workings.
We have explored the chilling interpretations of divine wrath and impending disaster, the fervent superstitions of the Middle Ages, and the elegant, yet sometimes insufficient models of meteorology. Each perspective offers a piece of the puzzle, a glimpse into the ongoing dialogue between the unknown and our innate desire for knowledge. The stories of raining frogs, fish, and even snakes are more than just strange historical curiosities. They are echoes of a time when the boundary between the earthly and the celestial felt porous, when every unusual event carried profound meaning. They challenge us to question everything we thought we knew about the natural world, reminding us of its immense power and its capacity for the truly bizarre. They force us to consider how much we truly understand, even in our technologically advanced age. As the winds of history whisper through the ages, carrying these bewildering tales, one must ask, are these truly just meteorological anomalies, or do they carry a deeper, more profound message, an eerie echo from a past that continues to defy our explanations? Could there be truths within these ancient omens that modern science has yet to fully grasp? Or are they simply a testament to humanity's eternal struggle to make sense of a world far stranger and more mysterious than we often dare to imagine?